Dire team ban.
Alright everyone, we're back. We're ready to cast our next game. I'll let it go through the draft quite a bit. It's going to be a long day of casting, so we need
10 seconds remaining.
Need to take care of the voice, make sure we're not talking too much.
5
But
seconds
for the most part, our
remaining.
games have been relatively short. So we're doing all right so far, but we've got
Reserve
another match here.
time.
We got Lone Boy on the Radiant side. They're going up against CG.D2C, or Kronos Gaming. That's how I'm going to refer to them on the Dire. Not really sure who these guys are on the Dire side, although dark green and brown, both their names look familiar. But I can't really remember
Radiant
from where. I'm
team
guessing
pick.
from SCS, but yeah, both their names look familiar. As for the Radiant side, a lot of those names I've definitely cast before. As obviously Pumpkin Dota, we've cast him before. Huron Mark, we've cast during SCS. Bacon is Beast is a friend of mine, and someone that when I was playing, we used to scrim against their team quite a bit. So they're one
10
of our big
seconds
practice
remaining.
partners. Cheesehead, I always, for some reason, always want to say Cheesehead Logic whenever I see his name. We've casted him
Dire
so many
team
times.
pick.
And PoE player, I'm not actually sure who that is, but obviously a Path of Exile player, as that one's pulled me back in. I'm kind of off and on playing Path of Exile, and I've been playing a little bit in the newest league. So I've been having fun with that. I've been playing a lot of different games actually. Path of Exile, Rocket League is another big one I play with friends, and then of course Dota 2. Both playing and casting, so that's always fun. But looks like our draft has just finished. I have no idea which round this is, as it's a little bit difficult to find the teams in the brackets, as you have to just basically keep scrolling through, and you're just like, okay, well, I have a feeling it's one of these two rounds. So you're just kind of going down, scrolling through the brackets, looking back and forth between the two columns, trying to find the teams. So I don't know exactly which round this is. I'm guessing it's a round of 256. It could even be 128. In fact, it probably is actually 128. But yeah, not exactly 100% sure.
10
But we're going to
seconds
see
remaining.
some heroes that we typically don't see all that much, and that are just
5
kind of coming into the
seconds
meta.
remaining.
OD and Terrorblade. So excited to see them. I'll quickly cycle through, see if we can find anything, because of course we get into the game and immediately we get a pause, so it'll give us time to maybe find out what round this is. Maybe, if Basic allows me to. There we go. I'm guessing it's either around a 256 or 128, but we'll see here. Thing is like all these teams are going by abbreviations too, so it makes it quite difficult. Okay, so here we go. It's Lone Boy versus CG.D2C. Of course, it doesn't tell me there, but yeah, this is the round of 256. And the PoE player, the guy by the name of PoE player, is NPlaner. So we've definitely casted him many times as well. Oh, looks like we are ready to go, so that's perfect. After we just found out the information through the brackets there. But let's introduce our teams and our players as we hop into this game. As on our Radiant side, they unfortunately haven't tagged up, but they are Lonely Boy. And we've got Pumpkin Dota playing the Darkseer. Huron Mark's going to be playing the Jakiro. Bacon is Beast is going to be on the Outworld Devourer. We've got Cheesehead playing the Oracle. And PoE player, or NPlaner, is going to be playing the Terrorblade. As for our Dire side, their names are going to be a little bit more difficult for me to pronounce, but we'll try to get through them. They are CG.D2C, I believe. As Kronos Gaming is what I'm going to try to refer to them as. I might actually forget that name several times, but we'll try. We have Suraisu playing the Kunkka. We got
30 seconds to battle.
Quiora. Oh my gosh, that's going to be difficult. Playing the Phantom Lancer. We got Ichigo playing the Slardar. Fakbrils playing the Coddle, Keeper of the Light. And we got Skull playing the Bristleback. That one's nice and easy. But that is our players for this game and what side they're playing on. Ichigo needs to be careful here. Almost stepped uphill into 5 enemy heroes. But he'll actually just get away with only getting hit by 1. And look at that. Look at what we're seeing at level 1 getting picked up by Bacon on this Outworld Devourer. And he's picking up the Arcane Orb. If you recall, the old Outworld Devourer build was always kind of max Astral Imprisonment. Then you get your points into Essence Aura, and then eventually you start leveling your Arcane Orb. But not anymore, since they shifted that Intelligence Steal from the Astral Imprisonment to the Arcane Orb. Seeing players go with very different skill builds. And Bacon actually starting with this level 1 Arcane Orb, which is a little bit surprising because it does cost
Radiant's
100 mana.
Is under attack.
100 mana to throw out one of those Arcane Orbs. It's a lot. It is quite a bit early on, but if you steal a little bit of Ent, definitely helps with getting those early last hits. As for our lanes, we obviously looked at mid. We saw that it was OD going up against Kunkka, which actually is a Kunkka favored lane, or at least it used to be. Kunkka was one of the big counters to OD, but seeing OD maybe take advantage of this lane. Maybe those changes are actually working out better for him. Not really sure how that shakes down after the changes. But our bottom lane is going to be a Jakiro and Terrorblade going up against an off-lane duo of Bristleback and Keeper of the Light. The top lane, we're going to have Darkseer going up against a Slardar and a Phantom Lancer. Very unorthodox lane. But yeah, I guess this is a support Slardar trying to babysit a Phantom Lancer. Very, very weird. And the last hero we didn't mention was the Oracle, who is rotating through the Radiant Jungle. Looks like he's going to be down here in the bottom lane, helping on out. So it is going to actually be a defensive tri-lane, and they may get our first blood as Coddle's going to go down. It's actually the Jakiro, Kiron Mark with the first blood, as he ticks them out with, I believe it was Liquid Fire. Did the damage there. It might have actually been the damage from Dual Breath. Both give a dot, so it's tough to say, but I believe it was Liquid Fire. As Ichigo comes out and drops the Slithering Crush, but Pumpkin Dota able to get off to the side there and not get caught out by that. As for our early lane, in the mid lane, 12 and 4 is the record for Bacon, as he's dominating the CS, as Kunkka's is sitting at 3 and 1. So Suraisu is going to have to find his way back in this lane. As Bacon's just going to man up on him and maybe kind of misposition himself there, maybe not even realizing the fact that Suraisu had double damage bottled up there. Now Torrent's going to land on the OD. Nope, not going to be a follow-up, not even going to be an attack coming up from the Kunkka. Now the Healing Salve will bring Bacon back up to full HP, and he'll just continue right-clicking down this Kunkka. Notice he put his second point into Arcane Orb, and now he's leveling Essence Aura as well. So make sure that he's able to maintain the mana cost there. And look at the total mana at 78 and missing a kill in the bottom lane is Bristleback getting caught out there. Huron Mark looks like he got very, very low. 4 stacks of the Quill Spray. But he ends up surviving as this off-lane duo really just not working out for Kronos Gaming. As a Bristle will TP back in. Now they might even choose to go here onto Cheesehead. As he's getting quite low, they're going to try to get the kill on the Coddle, but not going to be able to do so. Instead, the Oracle is going to go down. The return kill onto the Bristleback's not going to happen either. But both these heroes are very, very low. They're going to have to use pretty much all their regen to get back up to full HP. As Bristle, I imagine, will actually give one of those tangos to Coddle. And they'll be left with just one tango left to lane down here. But Bristle just picks up a Ring of Hell, so that'll certainly help with the sustain in lane. And Planer's actually picked up an Iron Talon, so that gives him the possibility of easily just hopping into the jungle if needed. There's just too much pressure coming out from this duo lane, or if maybe the lane's pushing and He just wants to be able to accelerate his farm. He's got the ability to do so. And on top of that, it helps him just last hitting in the lane. See, just helped him get the catapult there. He used the Iron Talon to basically bring down that catapult a little bit faster so that he was able to last hit the damage coming in. And you can certainly use it as basically almost another auto attack, which really helps with making sure that your opponents in the lane can't really contest your farm, because you just Iron Talon and right click and it's like you just hit it twice. So they don't have the option to, or the ability to even try and deny you there. Head back in the mid lane. We got Odie sitting at 30 and 8 for his CS, and Kunkka 11 and 1. This Kunkka is just getting demolished. Rough lane for this Kunkka. Like I said, that used to be one of the strong counters to OD. There were a few heroes that were really strong against OD when OD was big in the meta. This is a long time ago. This is still when Arteezy was just coming into the scene. But Kunkka was one of the counters. Venomancer was one of the other counters. And we're seeing a Kunkka getting demolished right now. I have no idea if that's still a counter. I imagine it would still be, but maybe not, because now the Arcane Orb does so much harass as well as steal the int. I don't know. Bacon doing a great job in that mid lane. He's going to go for top rune. It's going to be a bounty rune. Cheesehead's going to go for the bottom, but Skull's going for it as well. Cheesehead will get there first. So the illusion rune goes for him. Pumpkin actually getting forced back to the fountain. He's off to a decent start. He's got a soul ring. You'd like to see a Darkseer actually get a little bit more farm, considering the lane he's up against. It's a support Slardar and a Phantom Lancer. The Phantom Lancer actually does more to help himself in lane than the Slardar does. But Pumpkin's not, you know, he's not doing too bad. He's sitting at 29 CS now. He's going to go up to 30 here. So that's going to help him get a little bit closer and further along towards the progression of what I assume is going to be a mech. Oh, Coddle getting a little bit separated here from his Bristleback, and he's going to go down. They might even be able to go on Skull here, as there's a lot of quills already come out. There's a 4 stack up on the Oracle, 2 on the Jakiro, 3 on the Terrorblade. So they think better of it and back away. So Skull will survive, but we did lose Fakbrills, I believe is his name. But then Bristol just comes back in, and then they don't have the stack up anymore. They have nothing to be afraid of, so then they just re-engage. The stack still goes up to 5 on the Terrorblade and 3 on the Jakiro. But they're able to mow down that Bristleback before the Coddle even finishes his TP. And Bacon is forced back Saraisu back to the fountain. As Pumpkin starting to take over this lane. He's got those levels. He's now level 7, so he's got rank 4 Ion Shell. And he's going to start taking over this top lane. And what do? You don't have a range hero that's going to be able to harass him back, or at least you didn't early on in the laning phase. So now this Darkseer has all these early levels, so he's able to take over the lane. PL's going to really struggle farming against it, because he can't be sitting on low life, because Darkseer has the potential to sprint and run forward and go after you. As I missed a kill in the mid lane. Looks like Bacon actually might have even got that kill solo. Cheesehead was there, but I think he just rotated there. But Bacon showing that you get those early points into the Arcane Orb, you steal a bunch of mana, then your ult actually does some damage. As if you go with the old build, you're not stealing any int, so your ult basically does nothing. Blackbrills and Skull still trying to do as much as they can in the bottom lane, but now they're just feeding. As Bristle's going to go down, and looks like Coddle's going to go down as well. As now there needs to be something that's going to have to change for them,
Radiant's
because
bottom tower is under attack.
Lonely Boy is just starting to look really, really good. They're off to a 7-1 lead right now. The Darkseer is getting out of control. PL, which is the top farmer on the Dire side, sitting at 34 and 2, is only 4th highest in the game, and now his farm is going to be severely stunted by this Darkseer. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Look at what Darkseer is able to do. As soon as Slardar rotates away, Pumpkin just can go for a kill, and he can get a kill on that Phantom Lancer. And that's all because this Darkseer was given as much space as he was early on. And now Ichigo rotates on. Pumpkin sees him, immediately knows the Slytherin Crush is going to come. He turns around. Slytherin Crush misses. It's going to be back up in just a second here. And Pumpkin gets the surge off in time and is able to run away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So mid isn't working out for them. The safe lane isn't working out for them. And the off lane certainly hasn't been working out for them. They've lost all 3 lanes. So now what is Kronos Gaming? What is going to be their answer? Obviously they're going to try to go for some trades. Try to maybe get some tower gold. But it's pretty much going to involve giving up a tower of their own or very seriously outmaneuvering their opponents. But honestly, why does Lonely Boy have to be satisfied with the trade? They certainly are going to want to fight. They've got the mech completed on the Darkseer. They won the early laning phase. There's a bunch of gold that still needs to come out for Kronos Gaming before they're going to even feel strong in fighting. You've got a Kunkka that does no damage. So his cleave isn't really that significant. Of course you got Boat. That's always good. You've got a Bristleback that isn't tanky. He doesn't have the levels. Doesn't really have much farm. He's got a Ring of Health and boots. So he's not even able to really run at you in a team fight. And now Endplaner's just going to run at him. Hero Mark's going to come in from the side with a nice Ice Path. And then a Sunder comes out as that'll steal a bunch of the HP from Coddle, just swapping it back. Forces out a TP from Saraisu. As there was a kill in the top lane. In fact, there's 2 kills as Pumpkin gets the kill on the Slardar and then Cheesehead gets it on the Phantom Lancer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Kronos Gaming, I really feel like right now they're in a position where they're just responding to what Lonely Boy is doing, and now they're losing their top tier 1 tower and they're not able to claim anything else on the map. They need to stop letting Lonely Boy dictate the pace of the game, dictate the flow of the game, and dictate where everything's happening. And I realize that's pretty much impossible for them to do because Lonely Boy has the huge advantage, but I'll get to that point in just a second because we got further engagement here as Skull. Oh my goodness, Bacon's doing so much damage. It's a triple kill when he lets the Sanity's Eclipse go. OD is back, boys. OD is back. Oh. That was a lot of damage. That was a lot of... His right clicks were doing a lot of damage. And then the Sanity's Eclipse came out and that was a triple kill, but... Yeah, obviously with the kind of lead that Lonely Boy has, they're going to be able to dictate the pace of the game. They're going to be able to go places and try to take towers. But Kronos Gaming needs to be able to respond to that and split. Whereas right now they're just getting pushed around a little bit and then they're responding to it by going and saying, "Oh, we gotta save our teammate." And you know that's good, helping your teammates and making sure they're not feeding, but there has to be some movements, predicting the movements that are going to be coming out from Lonely Boys. Bacon gets another kill in the mid lane, but they need to be able to predict the movements from Lonely Boy, and that enables them to get into position to trade for towers and do stuff like that. Make it so that if Lonely Boy wants to fight you and wants to get in those engagements, they're going to have to TP to do so, because you've already read their movement and done the proper counter movement to force them to either trade 1-for-1, which is going to be advantage to the losing team, to the team that's trailing, or force out those TPs, which then you back, and then you've kind of narrowed the gap a little bit by forcing them to spend all this gold on TPs. Yeah, I just switched to the net worth. You can see the top 4 in the game, and 5 of the top 6 are all on the side of Lonely Boy, and it's just going to get worse. As they pick off the Kunkka, they're going to try to go for the Slardar. As Bacon gets surged up, but there was a creep in front of him, so he wasn't able to actually run at the full move speed. His 522 move speed was denied by the melee creep. But now they get the
Dire's
tier
middle
2.
tower has
There's a
fallen.
little bit of split pushing coming up from the
Radiant's
Bristleback
top
here, but
tower
not
is
able to
under
bring down the
attack.
tier 1. And now, oh no, he's going to get punished as Bacon gets the Imprison off. As the Bristle, no mana, just getting right-click down. And this OD is doing so much damage. Whew. I mean, he's hitting for basically 170. And then the extra damage from his orb was doing another 44, I think it was saying. So, oh, that's a lot of damage. You're hitting for 210, 220 damage, 14, 15 minutes into the game. I mean, he didn't even care the fact that he was attacking into the back of a Bristleback. He was still mowing through it. And that Bristleback's taking 32% less damage with rank 3 Bristleback. He just didn't care. I still don't understand the idea of making the Slardar
Dire's top
support.
tower is under attack.
Having that support a Phantom Lancer against a Darkseer. I think that was obviously a big mistake in the draft. I don't know exactly what the
Dire's
plans
top
were there.
tower has fallen.
But another tier 2 tower goes down. In fact, that's all the tier 2 towers down. So now next objective is going to be either Roche or going uphill. And honestly, they may not. Ooh,
Radiant's
Ice Pass
bottom
just barely
tower
missing
is
there.
under attack.
But I honestly don't even know if they need an Aegis. Bacon will catch up. He will catch that Phantom Lancer. But now they're actually just going to switch. They're going to go for the Bristleback. And that's meant to be a tanky hero. It just gets demolished. And then Bacon, with the help of some of his allies, mows through the Slardar equally as fast. And now this is what the point I was making. They don't need an Aegis. They just charge uphill. And there's no way that Kronos Gaming can fight here. As the tier 3 is going to go down, and the Sitter of Rax is going to fall soon after.
Has fallen.
Boat's going to fly in from Kunkka. Torrents, oh, not going to land. It's just going to hit the illusion. So the boat actually only hit the Darkseer.
Dire's
Melee
middle
Rax goes
barracks
down. Now they
has
go for
fallen.
the range Rax.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
There's another Torrent will get cast.
Dire's
It will
middle
catch
barracks
Oracle.
has fallen.
It will amp. But there's no way they can fight here. Yeah, so Lonely Boy will get away safely, and let's quickly cycle through the heroes and see who's got what. So we've got Arcanes and a mech on the Darkseer. Jakiro, he's got his Tranquils, and he actually didn't have his Veil on him for that fight. He actually flew it in on the Courier. And then the OD's got Treads, Rod of Atos, and now he's picked up a Soul Booster as well. He's got another 2,200 gold. The Oracle's got Arcanes and a Vlad's to help with pushing. Terrorblade, he's got Treads, Helm of the Dominator, Yasha, which is getting complete into a Manta style as soon as he can pick up an Ultimate Orb, which is on the Courier. He actually has the components to finish there. But unfortunately his recipe for the Manta style is all the way back in base. So that's everything for the Radiant side. Now we're seeing a Blink Dagger getting picked up by the Darkseer.
Roshan has
Aegis will go
fallen
to the
Radiant.
OD. As let's take a look at our Dire side heroes. We got Kunkka with Treads and a Drums without the recipe, so he's close to completing Drums. We've got a Bristleback that still is yet to complete his item.
Radiant's
Looks
top
like he's going
tower
after
is
a
under
Crimson
attack.
Guard, but still just with
Radiant
brown
structures are
boots.
fortified.
Got Keeper of the Light with Tranquils and Ward. Phantom Lancer with Treads, Ahedris, Aquila.
Radiant's top
And
tower
then
has fallen.
Another Ring of Bassi. So it's like he
Dire's
finished the
bottom
Aquila and now
tower
he's
is
going to build a
under attack.
Vlad's.
Radiant's top tower
very
is
weird.
under attack.
And then the support Slardar that's got Tranquils. But they basically have nothing. They've got no items. Bacon will get hit with the Torrent. Ice Path can be off the mark. Boat will come in and will hit the OD.
Radiant's top tower
His
is under
Pumpkin's
attack.
already placed the wall down. Oh, this could be a big Torrent. No, just barely going to miss. He's in the center of 3 heroes. Ice Pass will catch the Slaughter, and oh my goodness, Bacon does so much damage. Then the Sanity's a clip. We'll get another triple with it. He's right-clicking. Will he be able to find more? Torrent's going to land on him again. That's going to allow the PL to get back to the safety of his fountain. Just as Bacon was going to throw out a right-click there, he doppelgangs into uphill. But the bottom racks have gone down. The mid racks are already down. The tier 4s are falling.
Dire's
The
middle
score is
tower has
22 to
fallen.
1. They're diving,
Dire's middle tower
diving the
has
fountain, still getting kills. The creeps are still trying to end the game.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Bacon will go down, but he does have the Aegis, so they're diving the fountain and still not even really getting punished. Ice Path will actually land on all of them.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Because they don't, unfortunately, they don't have an Oracle ult here to allow him to dive into the fountain and kill everyone. But yeah, the Ancient is about to fall here. As we're going to see Lonely Boy take the win here. They just disconnect from the game. Where are the GGs? Okay, now they start coming out. Just a couple heroes, or a couple players saying it. So maybe a little bit of salt from Kronos Gaming there, but Lonely Boy, I kind of expected them to win this game, but you know, we expected Team YP to win last game, and they were on the losing end of a little bit of a stomp. But Lonely Boy take the victory here, so they're going to advance into the next round. I looked before this, and I believe it was a best of two, or sorry, a round of 5 or 256. So they'll advance into the next round. I'm going to look and see if the team that they'd be going up against has already finished. Yeah, they have. So we should be able to follow Lone Boy. I keep calling them Lonely Boy. Lone Boy into the next round. So I'll look to do that. In the meantime, I will throw it to music. And we'll be back in just a bit once that game's up. And we'll be able to cast that. But once again, everyone, thanks for joining. Chat's kind of slowed down. Not sure how many people are in here, but hopefully a bunch of you guys are in here enjoying the cast and enjoying the game so far. We will be following Lone Boy into the next round. And yeah, we'll be back in just a few minutes with that as soon as the game's up. In the meantime, I'll just be kind of hanging out in chat and playing some music for you guys. So yeah, be back shortly.